I've played the prototype 1 and I'm going to tell you what was going on in this game. So let's get to work. We are showing a picture of some post-apocalypse. Armed soldiers are walking down the street, and there are some tentacles. And here is the main character, Alex Mercer, saying he is the reason for all of this we see. He jumps off the building and runs somewhere quickly. We already see that he is more than just a dude with strong joints. A poor girl runs up to the soldiers, probably injured, and behind her, as we understand, infected. Oh, several infected. They are shot. Look at how beautiful she was. She could have been my waifu. This idiot let them do it. Finally, this slowpoke started beating these clowns, where we see the main character's skills, specifically big fingernails and a huge karambit from CS, and also the ability of these guys on a genetic level. Now the training begins in Chaos, where we use all the skills shown before. There are two more, a glide and bazooka arms that can easily destroy a tank. Bold nasty mobs appear. It's a hunters, and I'll be kicking their butts. The game tells me to consume the commander, what Alex does with an ultimate. By the way, these skills we can buy and upgrade, but I've never used this one. I didn't even know that I had it. After that, we talk to someone currently unknown to us and get ready to make the final step. This turned out to be a spoiler from the game itself, so let's go back 18 days before, the morgue. Mercer lies here dead, but no, the men flee. Alex goes out onto the street. The men are killed and Alex is shot. But he doesn't go down. He leaps over a tall fence and marvels at it. It was the Gente company, and we need to escape from here. Hardly I had done it. When a helicopter chased me, shot me, I catch a car and throw it at it. Just running through the building and hurling objects at the rest of the helicopters. I crouch to rest. The soldier shoots me and turns with his back to me. In vain. I consume a commander and see his memories, where I learned that I have a sister and where she lives. So I can not only disguise as who I consume, but also gain their knowledge. I run to save my sister. Disguising, easily walk in and save her. It turns out Dana has been investigating the Gentech organization for weeks to find some info for her brother. Alex worked for Gentech and wanted to find out what was happening at the highest levels. And she hadn't seen him for 5 years until he showed up to her a month ago. But Alex doesn't remember any of it. They moved into the residence of Dana's friends, who went to Patagonia or somewhere else a year ago. Dana says that the military were waiting for her at home, so most likely they are also in Alex's home, and Alex decides to go there. He remembers that he has a girlfriend, or had. After the explosion, Alex sees an agent who wanted to kill him, and to find out who it is, he needs to get to the evacuation point before them. I arrive there, and the game hints that we need to take a bazooka and shoot at the tank. The agent who needs to be consumed rushes out of it. After that, from his memories, we learn that Alex's body is a bomb full of weaponized pathogens waiting for go off, and they need to bring him, dead or alive, to prevent a repeat of what happened in Idaho. What exactly happened we'll find out later. Now a web of intrigue opens up to us, where the memories of all those we've consumed are stored. And there are also secondary characters whom we can meet on the street and also consume. It's not necessary to complete, we'll learn everything during the main missions. In the future, Alex tells the unknown person about the events we've already gone through. He wanted to find out what had happened and knew that Gentech was a key, which makes sense because he worked for this company and had Dana to investigate it. I came to my sister. She asks about my apartment, and I say that there is nothing left. Dana has a laptop that Alex sent her a day before disappearing. There were 2 names in the file on the laptop, Alex and Elizabeth Green. She is still isolated in the Gentech building and clearly knows more, as the main character says. Dana says,
"She's just a girl. What kind of fucking monsters are these people?"
Alex couldn't remember anything. Meanwhile, in Blackwatch headquarters, General Randon is overseeing the creation of the red zones, where virus-infected individuals already are, and the military should surround and prevent them from leaving this zone. Colonel Taggart objects, saying there are about 100,000 people in the blue zone. But the general doesn't care. and he turns to Captain Cross and says that he has a special job for him, namely Alex Mercer, under the code name Zeus. So I head straight to the Gentech building to save Elizabeth Green. But I need to consume someone higher in rank who has access to the building, and this thing can expose my disguise after a short period of time if I stay in the area. After consuming him, we see that something serious happened in the building. There was an order to seal it with level 4 protocol. Since soldiers have short memories here, I ran off and came back disguised as their commander, whom they saw being killed in front of them, and entered the building. There, amidst the chaos, Green sits. Alex addresses her. She says the waiting time is up and punches him in the head. The protagonist doesn't understand anything. So Green shows him pictures, breaks the wall, says she is his mom, and throws her son to take care of the kids. Alex is too low skill for it, so he consumes a soldier and sees that there is a military base where he can lead them to play and then kick their butts. And gained his first skill by consuming one of them as well. At this stage of the game, I felt that the combat mechanics here suck, because I'm being constantly attacked, staggered, and overwhelmed by the crowd, thrown around and interrupted as much as possible. But that's just the beginning. After all this, it's need to blow everything up there and complete the mission. Dana says that there is an address for Karen Parker in my laptop, my ex, and that we need to reach her before the army forces her to disappear. She hugs Alex because she thought he was dead. He wants to take her out of there, but it's not so simple, and Karen suggests finding a tank. Now it's clear why she is an ex. Seems like in the past she demanded even more, probably wanted him to earn a lot of money, spend time with her, having great sex, and so on. I consume the idiot and see that she worked for Gentech, reported to Director McMullen.
Romantically involved with Mercer, Alex J.
Sex. And she wanted for transport to the base for questioning. I consume the commander to enter the base. Alexander doesn't know how to operate the tank, so he consumes someone who does. I get into a tank, take Karen and drive her to a safe place. Nowadays, Alex tells that Karen worked for Gentech and may be able to explain what's happening to him and how to control it. Freeing Elizabeth Green was a mistake. She is a monster that infects anything she touches. He knew they are connected, but didn't know how. Also, he thought Karen would help him to stop her. Day 4 of infection. I came to Karen. She said that there are 2 strains of the virus. She needs both types of samples to be able to treat it. Firstly, I need to collect samples from the water towers, and then from the hive that infected the whole facility. Afterwards, the game tells to us go to Dana. Dana discovered that USS Reagan has arrived, and then some trucks heading somewhere. Alex believes that McMullen must be there and plans to find out where they are heading. They arrived at the military base. Therefore, reaching McMullen isn't that simple, and Alex decides to consume a commander to gather some information. He learned that he has been spotted multiple times in this area, and they have new technology capable of accurately detecting him, namely a drone. It can even detect where he has been before. Alex decides to destroy all the patrols nearby, so they don't find where Dana is hiding. I destroy this drone detector and break tanks, as it needs to be done several times. Nowadays,
everything was getting worse. There were outbreaks across the city. There were hunters now, thanks to Green. Blackwatch quarantined the island. It became clear to me that McMullen, Gentech's director of research, had linked us all together. He worked for Blackwatch. He had studied Green. Karen and I had worked for him, before.
He knew who Alex was, and maybe what had happened to him. The protagonist thought that if he found him, he would find himself. The unknown person asks what he told him, and Alex says that a lot, some of it was even true.
Then? Well, then he died.
Day 6 after the infection. I scarcely had gone to my sister when the military set up a bunch of virus detectors that I need to break to keep them from fighting Dana. After that, the game shows us General Randall, Captain Cross and McMullen, who created the vaccine that may cure Mercer or weaken his abilities, because he reached the cellular level. Cross's task is to inject Alex with it stuff and bring him in. Now Dana says she can get us closer to McMullen. Many teams of scientists from Blackwatch turning up at Hives. These teams may be working for McMullen, and one of them may know where he is, so we need to lure McMullen out. He won't come into such chaos easily, but if we sabotage by disabling all virus sensors, then assure him that it's safe here, he'll come. But he notices that something is wrong and leaves. I arrived at the My Access place, and she's once again nagging me about something she's lacking, namely the samples I brought her. She also needs me to enter the hive and collect a substance inside, because it could be a key. With it, she claims she can initiate the reverse process of the virus. I enter the hive and start collecting the material. Suddenly, Cross joins us, saying he's been looking forward to this, and pulls out an electric baton. When asked who is he and who sent him, he replies that Alex has bad friends, and the game writes that Karen's a slut. Well, not surprising. She needed a tank to a stroll, then complained about not having enough samples, not to mention how she mistreated him in their relationship. And now she is outright betrayed him. The protagonist is terrible of picking girls. Dated a slut, allowed a good girl to be killed. Idiot. But that's irrelevant now, because I need to kick the miniboss's ass. After taking a bit of a damage, he runs off, and comes back when their hive is full of enemies. I finally managed to knock him on his ass, and he immediately flees. Alex is faster physically, but his intellect leaves much to be desired, so he stands there until his memories make him vulnerable, which Cross takes advantage of. But he made a mistake turning his ass to me. However, due to that injection, I can't use my abilities now, only my physical strength and disguise remain unchanged. Dana found Dr. Bradley Ragland, who can help me reach McMullen, and he is a decent guy. She also did some research on Idaho. Turns out it was an army town that vanished from the map on July 21st, 1969.
The official word was that it was an anti-government gun nut standoff. Some militia killed a bunch of people, and the feds killed the militia. Now, there was only one survivor. Notice a girl, second from the left?
Elizabeth Green.
She's 45 now, and it's no wonder she told Alex that she's his mom. I'd even call her a MILF with syphilis. The protagonist says it was an experiment, and then it's like, how do you know? And Alex is like, I consume people to see their knowledge and memories. And Dana is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And Alex like, I'm not stupid, I'm good. And Dana says, go see Ragland and ask him about McMullen. He says that his medical opinion isn't for sale. Alex says,
Your help stopping the virus. Why? You could say I'm symptomatic.
Ragland's like, I'll tell you what I know, but first we need to find out where the military is keeping Patient Zero. So we go to consume the commander to find out that we need Captain Lim. But before we eat him, we need to work up an appetite by destroying those tanks. After 30 minutes of fuss with it, I finally consumed him and learned that they took the body of Patient Zero to Ragland and delivered it to one of the bases. Nowadays, Alex tells that they used the slut Karen to get to him. The samples he collected were used to create a weapon to try to destroy him. And Karen was gone by the time Alex discovered she was working for Blackwatch. But he was more concerned about the weaponized cancer eating him from the inside, and he needed Ragland to fix it. The unknown interlocutor asks, how was it? Feeling that. Alex says, shitty. Day A of infection. Alex is vomiting. He's very concerned about his hum on his back, and he passes out. Raglan says that enemies know that Alex carries the infection, and are using him to produce an antivirus. So if we find out exactly what they are doing, then maybe Doc can help him get rid of this hum. I get into a tank, become the Doc, and we head to the abandoned military base where the bodies from the Penn station where it all started are located to take samples. While the doctor does his thing, I have to protect him all this time. Then we return to the morgue, bypassing the giant tentacles that have started appearing. Raglan says to come back to him in few hours for the results. Doc made a vaccine containing crucial antibodies for Alex. I need to locate the correct hunter by genetic type, inject him with this syringe, and consume him. Alex says that this aircraft has a DNA sensor array that he can reconfigure to locate the needed hunter. I consume the pilot and fly to the infected zone to pinpoint the hunter using the tracker. I find him. Now I need to subdue the hunter, inject him, and wait for the antibodies to take effect. I consume him, to return to normal, but not just that. I also acquired armor that absorbs damage and eliminates the ability to glide. Also, I got a large karambit from CS. Alex apologizes to Dana for his past behavior and says he's not stupid. He has to consume them to understand the situation. Dana replies, "Even though you're not stupid, you're still my brother." Then a bold bastard appears, jealous of my sister, and steals her. Alex fails to get her back. So mission complete. We'll take her back later. Nowadays, Alex explains that he had no idea why Green took her sister. The hive mind became his only chance. He thought that by consuming the minds of the infected he could trace a connection that would lead him to this sister.
But then I realized I had the means. I had Blackwatch cornered. I had their cancer weapon. I could put a stop to this right at the source if I could just get close enough to Green.
So he spoils that he found Dana, killed MILF, and stopped the madness. Now, the infected are leaderless, and it's only a matter of time before they are wiped out. And an unknown voice asks, what if the other leaders emerge?
No. They're all dead. All dead. Except me.
Day 10 of the infection. Alex wants to find Dana. The duck says this hunter is a leader and signals other hunters. If I consume him, maybe it'll give me info on where the virus concentration is, but the main character is interested in only his sister. I go into the infected zone to find out the leader to consume him, but it is not easy, especially when the other hunters interfere. These freaks swoop in when you least expect it. It annoys me the most of what they do, especially when you are low HP and need to grab someone for consuming and heal yourself, which isn't easy for me in a stressful situation. Or I need to engage them in combat and be very cautious not to die. And finally, I get a chance to consume the fool, but he pushes me away and escapes, while the game forces me to just watch him go. So our next move is to go to the leader's nest, kill his guards, and lure him to the abandoned military base, where I'll kick his ass one-on-one. After examining, Raglan says he's resistant to my assimilation ability, because he has 2 brains and 2 spinal columns. Breaking all of this will weaken him, and he'll enter a recovery state, during which he'll be vulnerable and can be consumed. But it's a bit strange. It looks like an adaptation to Alex's methods. The task is to consume the leader, fight the one who took Dana, consume him, and it should reveal her location. Well, how about round 2, you asshole? That was quick. Alex receives, as I understand, a lot of information, but I don't know exactly what. And also a new skill that allows seeing an infected. Consuming various carriers connects us to the collective mind and instantly reveals the location of the leader of the hunters who took Dana, as the game explains. And to achieve this, I have to eat carriers until this bar is completely filled. I fasted and go after the thief, but this time smartly, by helicopter. Consumed and gained lots of info, as well as the location of my sister. She's in the one of the hives. Alex notices that Blackwatch has a hardware that can break these hives, and we need to use it. And namely, it's a thermobaric tank that I must protect from the hunters while it destroys the hives. After that, I myself get into a tank and free my sister, because the pilot was killed by a tentacle. There we meet MILF Green, who says Dana is with them. A showdown begins. Alex gives her an antidote shot, after which Elizabeth vomits out a supreme hunter and flees. It seems she finally learned how to see with the third eye for 45 years. To beat him up properly, after stunning, you need to hit him on the bald head. And these are precious moments, because I'm being bothered by Blackwatch, other hunters, tentacles and this asshole himself, which really pissed me off because I was hardly standing still. I had to keep moving because they kept pushing me and it was very unpleasant. Wherever I stood I got hit and flew away, and it wasn't the worst. I finally took him down, found my sister and left, but some shit survived. I brought her to the dock. He says we have new problems and gives me a map with 3 circles drawn on it. I have to check them out. I approach to the phone booth. There is a mobile phone attached to it. And the same unknown voice from the future says he knows what Alex wants to hear and tells him that 40 years ago Blackwatch moved to Idaho to start the Red Light Project. They studied and tested the virus on animals for years and wanted to see what it would do to humans. At first, nothing happened, but then it rose up suddenly, infecting the city, overran the population, and found the perfect host in Elizabeth Green. Gentek worked on samples from Idaho and called it the Black Light. The goal was to create a version that could copy and combine genetic traits.
Sound familiar? It should. You're not human. You're the Black Light virus. But you're alive. Blackwatch is planning to deploy a weapon against you using aircraft.
The voice from the phone says to go to the top of the refuel station, where Alex will find what he needs. And there is a helicopter there that I have to infiltrate. I consume the Sandrim and learn that Blackwatch has created super soldiers capable of kicking my ass, and one more, about which I can find out at their base. So I take the helicopter and help Blackwatch soldiers until I receive orders to return to the base. There, the commander talks about blood toxin that is poisonous to the Blacklight, Alex, and in general to all the infected. That's what the voice was talking about. They plan to cover the entire city with this substance to stop the spread of the virus and kill the infected with it. It's completely harmless to humans as demonstrated, but it affects the main character and exposes him. A fight breaks out. I neutralize the detox, beat the soldiers, and then the same super soldiers appear, demonstrating their skills. To avoid them, I have to press different buttons each time. Honestly, compared to the hunters, I like them, because they weren't as disgusting. Eventually, I mopped them all up. Nowadays, Alex says he's not a human. Part of him is dead, and part of him is alive.
I realized then I was a part of it all. An offshoot of the virus that struck Hope in '69. Blacklight. But there was a secret buried even deeper.
When this unknown insider contacted him, Alex thought he would give him answers. The secret is the epicenter of the virus was Penn Station, not Elizabeth Green, whoever triggered this. Alex knew that the insider might give him McMullen, and that McMullen might know everything. I approached to the phone booth, and the information is the following. Blackwatch plans to spread this toxin and are already heading to do it. And they must break their control over the southern Manhattan before they can expand the coverage radius. As it turns out, they've placed 9 dispersers that I must break. Done. The third point, where the unknown says that this disease is smart. When they hit it with the blood tox, it went underground. Blackwatch is preparing to involve the city. So my task is to ensure that the blood tox pumper vehicle gets to Times Square, pump the stuff underground, and drive this damn thing to the surface. I consume the commander and order them to move to the destination. And who but me will be destroying the big tentacles to protect it? The object is in place. And while the pump is working, I must protect it from the bold bastards until the nastiest thing in the whole game crawls out, namely Elizabeth Green, who throws debris. Green spheres, knocks me down, tosses me around, has 3 tentacles that I must destroy before hitting her herself. Then she spawns hunters who really annoyingly interfere with everything I do. So I developed my own attack pattern. I hide behind the building where she can't reach me, grab a car, throw it at her, try to get close to her to deal damage until I have half of my pH left. Then I retreat behind the building again, fend off the nasties, and heal up. And so on in circles for a whole hour. If I beat her for too long, she does something like this. Somewhere around in a half an hour, I managed to defeat her. I grabbed this witch, harshly consumed her, and gained her knowledge and memories. Meanwhile, the soldiers are holding back the infected. General Randall needs Taggart, who according to a soldier ordered to retreat. The general gives Cross 4 hours to bring Taggart to him and flies off to USS Reagan. But something attacks Cross. The unknown contact says that McMullen is gone to ground, but Alex has an advantage that Black Watch doesn't know about. He's growing immunity to the blood tox, so he needs to go to the blood tox facility and let himself be captured. They will think everything is under control and bring him to McMullen. But before that, 8 filter units needs to be destroyed to disable the facility. Alex is captured and brought to McMullen, and here is what he finds out. Alex was always smart and ready to give up all their secrets. He died threatening to release the most deadly virus in history on people. He died at the same pain station where it all began, and the virus made Alex its career. McMullen says he knows what Alex wants to know about Idaho, and doesn't share it. Cross confesses that all this time he was the unknown contact, and the nuclear weapons will be dropped on the city in a few hours. Alex says that Randall isn't crazy enough to do this, but Cross assures him otherwise. He also reveals that Randall was in Idaho in '69, so if I help stop him, I'll get answers. But reaching the Reagan aircraft carrier isn't easy, therefore we need Colonel Taggart, who is tasked with fighting Cross. We mustn't let him leave the city, so I destroy all his transport. Nowadays, Alex says that Idaho was a Black Watch project. The goal was to create a viral weapon that could be used against specific racial types. But everything went wrong. The mutated virus infected all those people, drove them rage, and at the center of it all was Green. Somehow she survived, endured this virus, maybe changed it. It doesn't matter. Her unique biology inspired a new bioweapons research program.
This became Gentech, and Alex Mercer worked for them. There was one leak too many and Randall stepped in to shut it down. No one was safe. Mercer fled the scene with a sample of the virus, took it as insurance if he needed it. Black Watch cornered him at Penn Station. With his back to the wall, he unleashed the virus on Manhattan. What Mercer did is beyond forgiveness.
But there is no Alex Mercer anymore. The virus didn't just kill him, it became him. It copied his body down to the genetic level. And he in turn released Elizabeth Green to infect the city again. Now she is dead, but Randall won't accept that the virus can be stopped. He's planning to level the city like Idaho. Elizabeth Green was pregnant when they found her in '69. What happened to the child? So Alex plans to get answers from Randall himself on the Reagan aircraft carrier. Day 15 after infection. Cross talks about the situation and the plan to capture Taggart, namely to destroy his base and force him to flee, but not let him escape. After that, consume him. He is our ticket to the ship. From his memories, we learn that he and his people are unable to withstand the infected. It's beyond their capabilities. But Randall doesn't care and forces him to stay in the city to destroy the virus. Now we reach nowadays, specifically day 18. As they show us the same scene as at the beginning, Cross says he found Taggart, and they are ready for extraction. Randall shoots Taggart, and they leave. Cross asks about their people who left there, but Randall says they'll save millions of people by doing this. And then Alex appears, boasts that he knows about Green's child, and much more, thanks to consuming many people. Now, from Randall's memories we see that he destroyed Idaho to prevent the spread of the infection. He truly believed he was saving people. It's a necessary cruelty. There, he took Elizabeth Green's child, and it seems he got infected, because he cut off his hand. Surprise, Cross is not longer Cross. If you remember, something attacked him. Now he's interested in destroying the city, because they won't search for him, or suspect that something is wrong with him. And if he consumes Alex, he'll become perfect. He's what has left of the Supreme Hunter and survived. But now he is a full-fledged Super Hunter, and he can do this, which I've never used. He pissed me off less than Green, because there weren't those disgusting hunters here, but he's still annoying. So I tried to keep my distance and throw objects at him, which was not bad at reducing his HP. By the way, if you don't do it on time or lose, they'll still blow up the city. But I still managed to defeat him. Then Alex attaches the bomb to the helicopter and takes it somewhere in the sea, where it explodes. The main character feels this explosion. He starts a monologue, kind of saying that he found the truth and didn't like it, because it's his fault. He became something less than human and at the same time something bigger. The most interesting part here were the cutscenes. Moving around the city was cool, but when it comes to fighting against those disgusting mobs, you start to hate this game. Most likely the mechanics here are garbage, because it can be very difficult to control, especially when you are getting hit from all sides and you are constantly tense. Maybe I'm just bad at it, because I lack experience in games where you have to fight bosses for a long time and learn their behavior patterns. But I'll learn. Elizabeth Green is a slut. See you in the next video.